Google is very far from my favorite company. I love crapping all over Google Cloud and Firebase because I don't think they're good. That said, Google's AI models and their whole position in the AI world has impressed me so much that I've been reconsidering a lot. And today they announced something I never would have expected. Firebase Studio, which is an AI app builder built around Firebase. And as crazy as it feels, I guess I now have to talk about Firebase. I went into this skeptical and in a lot of ways was genuinely floored by how cool it could be. But there are details that matter a lot. You will see what I'm talking about in just a bit. I actually think what they're building might be kind of cool. And also, fun fact, IDX is an editor that Google built that actually reached out all the way back in, August, I think, to potentially sponsor the channel. I agreed to the sponsorship. We have 6 ads planned for Project IDX, but now Project IDX is Firebase Studio. So not only do I have to talk about Firebase with you guys today, I'm now also in the future going to be paid to talk about them too. The check's already been written and it has nothing to do with this video. Just wanted you guys to know this because you will be seeing Firebase Studio in other videos going forward. But those will be quick summaries trying to showcase the product because that's sponsored. This video is not sponsored, so you will be getting my unfiltered view of Firebase. Okay, Google's not sponsoring this video. We have another sponsor. We'll get to them quick, and then you'll get my unfiltered thoughts on Firebase Studio. Today's sponsor is a product that I was initially skeptical of, but I've slowly fallen in love since. It's CodeRabbit, the best way to do automatic AI code reviews. Originally, I was just using this on GitHub, and it was really cool. You've probably seen them in a bunch of my ads before, but I had a mind-blowing moment with them recently. This is my editor. This is just Cursor. Could be VS Code, doesn't really matter. I recently installed a super helpful plugin. I'll move this so you can see it. This GitHub PR extension, it's so nice. You can review PRs straight from within GitHub. What's even cooler is when comments are left in this by CodeRabbit, you can see them. Super nice and handy, but there's something significantly cooler about this. I noticed this because I put up a pull request while I was still working on some stuff. I went back in and I was making changes to some files, and all of a sudden this bottom bar popped up with a comment. I was like, huh, what's that? I clicked. CodeRabbit left a comment on the PR with a suggestion, and here is that suggestion in line in my actual editor as I am working. The amount that this streamlines my flow, going from pushing up code to actually hitting merge and shipping it, is insane. All I do is I push up a PR, go back to my editor, and as I'm tidying other things up, almost immediately start getting feedback before I've even bothered to bug my team about it. This has helped us a ton with preventing bugs from going into production and making code review significantly less burdensome for the team because all these annoying little bugs and back and forths get handled by me and the AI before we even get that far. It is so nice, and I actually can't imagine turning it off now. It has made my team move way faster, and I don't want to think of how many bugs it has caught before we would have shipped them. We were keeping track. We've since lost track because we hit 20 bugs that it caught that I probably would have shipped if it wasn't for CodeRabbit catching them. So if you like T3 Chat, thank them for it. And if you want to ship as fast as we do, check them out today at soydev.link/CodeRabbit. Still can't believe I'm talking about Firebase. Anyways, Firebase Studio is a new preview of a cloud-based agentic development environment designed to accelerate how you build, test, deploy, and run production-quality AI apps all in one place. This is very interesting. I've been saying for a bit that I kind of am curious what the AI version of AWS is going to look like. Not a place to host your AI, rather something that has a solution that is accessible enough to an AI agent or coder. Setting up on AWS is never fun. Even if you have everything working properly through Terraform, actually running the commands, dealing with the credentials, setting it all up in the services, deploying it, making sure the UI all works how it's supposed to, and that you click the right buttons and the right dashboards, it's miserable. And I've said for a bit now that there's a handful of companies that are well positioned to not require all of the busy work connecting things and just provide this as a single code file that does the right thing. I've wanted more infrastructure as code primitives for a very long time. It's one of the reasons I like Vercel so much. Firebase does not do infrastructure as code. They do infrastructure as a bunch of buttons you have to click in a dashboard somewhere. But they do provide most of the things you need for most applications, from file storage to live updates to authentication and authorization. Theoretically, Firebase could be the AWS of AI, but you'd still have to be configuring a bunch of shit. Still not fun. I have been talking with other companies, many of which are also sponsors, like Convex, about what this could look like. And I see a very bright future where a brand like Convex that has a server-side solution for all the different things your apps need to be deployed especially because Convex does this via files in your codebase. It's actually a whole directory named the Convex folder. You can configure all your infra right there, and now anyone can just deploy your app on their Convex account and have all the functionality instantaneously built in. Really cool, really promising, genuinely exciting. I hadn't thought about Firebase in this way, though, and it seems like they had the same realization I did, that we need a better all-in-one solution for the server side in order to make these AI deployment apps better. These app builders have always had a bit of a problem with these types of things. Like, sure, they can make you a beautiful page, add all this complex functionality, manage all the state, maybe even integrate with a platform like Supabase, but they can't set up a lot of the more annoying details. Things like adding OAuth and getting it working properly. Things like synchronizing the state between different machines, deploying different types of servers for different problems. All you can really do is link to one or two services and hope that it all comes together, and then pull out, go deploy across the 3 different services you're using, like using Supabase for your database, Netlify for your application deployment, Clerk or WorkOS for your auth, and then stitch it all together. Good luck, have fun. And obviously AWS can't build this product. So what we're left with is Convex and Firebase, and I'm actually thinking Firebase might be the one with a chance here. I'm very excited to see how this goes. Firebase Studio fuses tools like Project IDX, GenKit, and Gemini and Firebase into a unified agentic experience. The result's an end-to-end platform built for the AI era that brings built-in prototyping capabilities, coding workspaces, and a flexible deployment option into a single experience, empowering you to move faster and build the next gen of innovative applications more quickly. Within seconds of clicking Prototype this app, Firebase Studio generates a functional Next app, and it's not just UI. How cool is it that they're betting on Next.js as the Angular company? They get it. They know what they have to do to compete. It's really cool to see groups like AI Studio and this IDX stuff all be far away enough from like the Google vision that they can do what actually needs to be done. I have really felt the difference, especially AI Studio. It barely even feels like a Google product because they're trying so hard to win, not to be like Google. And I'm hopeful that's the experience we're going to have here. I never thought I'd see the day where Firebase had a new product launch this big that started with an example using Next.js, not mobile or Angular. The editor, by the way, is based on the open source VS Code tooling, so it will feel just like VS Code, even though it's in the browser. And one of the coolest things is the instant previews, where you can get a URL and send it to any device to see it. It is quite annoying to test something on mobile when you're working on it on your computer with a lot of these tools. Hello, Theo. What do I want to build? This is the best looking AI app builder I've seen. Watch what happens when I click the text box. The focus. Oh, this isn't Google. Who the fuck is this? This is what I mean, though. This doesn't feel like Google anymore. Very interesting. Let's do it. Also, the import repo button on the homepage is ballsy. They're that confident with their tool. This is very, very, very interesting. Let's do a fun one. Build a party planner app that I can use to plan events and invite friends. Going pretty fast so far. I like that they do this UI where they make a custom UI element to break down the plan instead of it just being like a list in line. So here is what it's going to add for features: event creation, invitation management, RSVP tracking, AI party ideas, and event display. It picked colors too. That's really cool, actually. Clean modern layout with clear selections for event details, guest lists, and RSVP statuses. Script changes. Make the colors... Let's have fun with it. Make the colors gayer. Okay, the +1 for the third color here is funny. A vibrant rainbow gradient for a festive and inviting feel. I'm into it. Let's do it. They put the content, the chat on the right. I haven't seen that before. That's very useful for me in particular. It's flying. The fact that Gemini is so fast is really getting flexed here. Almost all of these other tools are using Claude, to be fair. So they can't be this fast, but it also means this will probably be less accurate because Gemini, despite being much faster, is not as good at code. We will see when we get our outputs. Okay, that was kind of hilarious that it just generated that many files that quickly. Now it's checking for errors. The error check is taking longer because that's all the TypeScript compilation probably. Auto fixing the errors. The flashing's a bit much. I'll switch tabs as we wait for that to chill out. Party Pal, plan your events. Create a new thing. AI party idea generator. None of these have a submit button. We'll say this is a model release party, IDK. There's no submit button. I had to pass in an API key. That's why. We'll auto-generate one. It's cool you can do that. I'm hoping it doesn't print it in the UI. That's why I closed this. The key took that long to generate. That took like, obviously the video is going to be cut. So that took like almost a minute to generate the key. A bit annoying, but we have it now. Theoretically, I can say model release party, nothing. And will it generate ideas? Yeah, I'm confused. YouTube sub nerds, why aren't you subbed? Theme event theme pink. Okay, I don't know how to submit. I think they forgot. Oh, the buttons are there. They're just not visible for some reason. Fun. There's no loading states either. God, the quality of the output is not good. I want to see the code. I want to see what the fuck went wrong here. Page. It's definitely VS Code based. It's interesting. The whole experience switches when you click the edit button. This is now like an editor with a preview in here instead of it being just a section of the other part. So what happened with these buttons here? Button, on click, handle, create event, create event. Okay. So can we go to the button component and see what went wrong here? This is shadcn, so it's definitely shadcnning. Okay, yeah, that worked, but it's struggling a bit. It's not doing a good job of like reloading on save or things. Is there a save hotkey somewhere that isn't Command S? I have no idea how to even make this save. Yeah, this is a bit of a mess. I'm not gonna lie. Let's re-roll. With all of these, you have to roll a few times, so not necessarily bad yet. We shall see. Replace orange with pink. Make sure auth is enabled, but allow me to test it without signing in. You forgot to change orange to pink. Use a bright pink. A very bright pink. Your pink is clearly orange. Try again. There we go. Let's do it. Tabbing out so you don't have to deal with the flashing. Sorry. It still is generating very fast. The error check step is by far the slowest still. It generates so fast that it makes the TypeScript checking part feel slow. Okay. Here we are. It's already significantly better this run, I can tell. Theo subscriber party. Generate invitation link. Let's do it. Invite. That's a great link. I'm sure that will work great. It wants a Gemini key. I'll auto-generate that again. I wanted to start playing with the code. I think you have to do this step because it loves shoving AI features in so far. What does this button do? Okay, see what this button's trying to do, but it's not doing a very good job at it. Oh. That's TL Draw. Holy shit. A lot of things just clicked for me. TL Draw did that crazy whiteboard computer collab with Google. They just announced their fundraise. That is them providing their canvas to Google as part of some exchange. It's very useful because I can go in here and like draw UI and it will theoretically be able to then make it, which is super fucking cool. I've never seen that. That's actually innovative. Let's actually try that again. It's weird that it's like changing the way the UI is laid out before it goes into this part. God, the classic Google feedback widget. Go away. Let's try it. Add selection for time here. I found our pink. An internal error occurred while processing your request. God damn it. I'm trying so hard here. Let's make sure I have ad block off. Refresh. This is such a 180 from what I normally see from Google. Normally, it's like they're unpolished as hell, but it works well. This is incredibly polished, but it doesn't work well. It's so weird. This doesn't feel like a Google product at all. Okay, sorry for the sudden cut. There was more flashing, but here. Hydration failed. Cool. Event time got added. Generate invitation link. I don't think that's doing any backend stuff. Let's check it out though. Over to the code button. Okay, that's nice. There's a little button in the corner, you couldn't see it before, where you can switch between the prototyper and the editor. I like that distinction. I like they're not pretending that the same UI can be used for both, because it can't. That is a really nice thing. I actually quite enjoy that. So let's figure out if there's any server-side code in here at all. We got our app, page, generate invitation link. The command click isn't working for that, which is annoying. Invitation, generate invitation link. To do, implement this by Google. This is the meme. The like you ask AI to do something, it gives you the function name and then says to do, finish implementation. Why didn't you finish the backend? Please make it work. Sorry, I don't have any information about the backend that needs to be finished. Is this just like a Gemini talk thing? Like I can't actually prompt it to update the code? Okay. Okay, this is not good. I'm trying so hard to make this work well. Third try, I can get this to actually complete the app. Please make sure to include authentication and actually implement a backend with persistence. Don't cut corners. Don't leave things as to do. Implement this. I am expecting a complete functioning prototype. Can you pick a different model from here too? No, they have sample prompts, but okay, pick different colors this time. That means it was probably caching the input, and that's why we got the exact same everything before. Let's see how this goes. It's interesting to see that it puts all of the data it generates in that planning stage in a markdown file. I saw a good suggestion from chat. I'm gonna go try it. It's my favorite. This one from Snow Squire. I will die if it is not a complete implementation. Lives are at stake. Please take this seriously. My parties need to be planned. Okay, this is the new one. You can tell because it has the green. Still wants a Gemini key, so I'll let it do that. Make the colors based on red. Red for the murder one. Cool. Nice. Prototype. I want to see how this works so far. Okay, create party. Actual UI testing party. You still haven't subbed? Create party. Nothing. What the hell? Let's look at the source again. The form doesn't go anywhere. It's not pointed at anything. They didn't implement the backend at all. What the fuck? I'm trying so hard to make this work, and it just isn't. They're forgetting the entire backend part, which is the point, is that it integrates with Firebase and can use the backend. This one's prettier-ish. Don't know why there's two of these here. What happened there? All these are so broken. Just for like a comparison, I'll copy up to the please include backend bit. Now we shall see how Bolt handles it. It's nowhere near as fast for the creation of things, but if the output actually works, that's a big enough difference. I'm gonna command minus to fit the UI to my screen a bit better. And look at that, it's creating actual server-side logic. It's adding auth right now. It has a concept of a private route that it has integrated already into the code. And what's funny here is that these guys have to work with other partners. Like this has to work closely with both Supabase and the deploy button, which is done through Netlify. I have to click the connect to Supabase button though, because I don't have it linked here. Test project. Cool. Created. This is the thing I was talking about where it's annoying. You have to go set all of these parts up on these different services to get it all to come together. Now we can apply the schema changes. Database migration has not been applied. This is the problem, is you then have to run these migrations and things and it can break. Now that I'm officially linked to Supabase, it should theoretically be easier. See if we hit the attempt fix button, if it's smart enough to fix it. Yeah, this, in my opinion, this does really showcase the problem with these AI builder tools. Almost unintentionally is perfectly showcasing the thing I was describing earlier, where like the integration between all these different services is just obnoxious. And now when I hit apply, yay, the migration actually succeeded that time. So now if I refresh, failed to resolve import pages/dashboard. App. Cool, get rid of that. Save. You are importing a bunch of pages that don't exist. Fix it. Now it's creating the actual content. Anyone who thinks these tools are ready to go and are complete is wrong. I honestly, I love Bolt. They're also a sponsor. I was hoping this would perform better than it is right now. But now we have it. Cool. Sign up. And my password of really good password. Failed to create an account. Why? New row violates row level security policy for table profiles. I'm trying so hard. This is all particularly funny to me because I actually use this almost exact test prompt on a new AI builder tool coming out very soon, and it worked perfectly first try. So I'm extra amused now. I'll try V0. Accept the addition of the Supabase extension for my Vercel account. I'm going to give these guys an attempt to fix over on that side too. We'll see how that goes. Database is successfully created. Kicks us back here. That was all flawless on the V0 side. Okay, so we have the Postgres implementation on Supabase now. Do I have to click run code? Cool. What did they do over here? Profiles. Cool. I don't have to register a new user anymore for some reason. I don't know what happened there. But anyways, going back to the Bolt version. Test event. It's ugly. Not even using a real date time thing. Well, it needs to be in the future. So we'll give it 429. Create event. Failed to create event. Great. Okay, this is all broken. I gave it a hard task and it is struggling. Cool. Still failed. What's the problem? The details, the things it's inserting aren't available. This is great. So I didn't think this was going to end up being a comparison of all these options. I didn't think the V0 would still be generating. I didn't think Firebase Studio would be so garbage. Oh man. It's crazy how as soon as you ask one of these tools to do basic backend stuff, they fall apart immediately. They can make a beautiful landing page, but they can't do any of the other things you need them to. People are asking for Lovable. I'll throw the prompt at them too. Why not? We will see how that goes. Think we got enough options now between Bolt, V0, Lovable, and the new Studio stuff. God, V0 is still going. V0, in my experience, has been the most reliable, but also relatively slow. Lovable's very slow, but has the best integrations and overall UX. Definitely the most accessible. Bolt New is the most flexible. It can use all sorts of different tech, which is really nice. I use it whenever I'm not using React and Next. It's been really, really good. Firebase Studio I thought would be a nice all-in-one, and it is not. It almost feels like it has the worst limitations from all of the options. This one's really complete, though. They're building pages with different states for the deletion of events and things, too. Look at the sheer number of files that are being created on the V0 one. I've been planning a more thorough comparison video showcasing all the different AI builder apps. I didn't think this was going to be that video, and it isn't. So let me know if you like this, and I'll do a more thorough one in the near future. But all I can think of is the Claude build for this, and I'm so thankful I didn't build a code builder. V0 is done. Party planner. Plan your perfect event. They had this fancy starting page. Will it work? YouTube at t3.gg. Really secure. Check email for my confirmation link. So it worked, except it made a localhost 3000 link, which doesn't actually work. So even though this got really close, I have to do that to actually get it to work. And even then, I don't think it did. What's going on? The syntax highlighting is, that's database.types, which even though this is TypeScript, isn't .ts, so it's not getting type highlighting. Quality. Cool. I didn't get auto signed in after using the confirmation link, but I had to go back and apply it. And is it people saying I did it to root? Yeah, it's root/code equals whatever this confirmation code is. So that flow is entirely broken, but can be hacked around. It also looks like the padding is broken. This is going all the way to the edge, which it shouldn't. So the UI is broken too. But can I create a new event? Nope. Why are these all so bad? Why do none of these work at all? What's the error? Page not... What? Okay. Did I just accidentally film the most elaborate ad for our friends over at Lovable ever? They did make the best looking homepage. Let's see if the rest works. Well, I have to connect Supabase again. No wonder Supabase's numbers are so insane right now. Everything connects with them. Lovable parties. Cool. West. Create. Cool. Connect. Connect. Back. Supabase is now connected. Let's try it out. Sign up. I'm gonna die. In case you didn't see, I hit sign up. Authentication coming soon. Oh my god. It looks nice, but holy shit, none of this works. I need you guys to see my chat right now. Oh man. I hate this so much. I hate this so much. Refreshing now that it has the Supabase integration. Will it work this time? Nope. Still not. Okay, so my conclusion, literally none of these tools can build a real app because literally none of these tools can even make auth work. Firebase Studio didn't even try, which makes no sense because they're the one product that actually can do this without just integrating with Supabase. I feel like this product is built to look like and position itself as if AWS was built for AI, what an AI gen platform on top would be. What it actually is a crappy attempt right now to replace this integrations button on other services because they can't get anyone to integrate Firebase, so they're doing this instead, which sucks because there's so much potential here. Of these options, I do legitimately think the Firebase Studio product is the best positioned to be huge, but it doesn't do the things that it should to make it different. There is no excuse for them to not do this properly, and I will legitimately be chatting with them after stream to figure out what it looks like to get them there, because I don't want to pitch this product in its current state. I just reopened Lovable, and this is the state it's in. I'm trying, guys. I really am. I just didn't realize something as simple as auth would be entirely broken in all of these platforms. My advice to Google, focus on the full stack side and the integration side. You can win there in ways no one else can. As you just saw, auth failed on all the services. Yours just didn't try, which I guess is less bad. Like, you're not going to hit as egregious of errors in Firebase Studio because it will just opt out and not even try to do the thing, which is interesting. This enter your Gemini API key thing always coming up is really, really, really annoying. This should not be so prominent that every single time I generate something, it has to happen. I'm confused about what the role of this is and why IDX had to die for it in its current state. It has a ton of potential. All the pieces I'm looking for are here, but the puzzle is not complete. Please complete the puzzle. And anybody who says auth services are useless, implementing auth is easy, prove it. All of these suck at auth. Okay, apparently it's now been implemented. Testing, YouTube, account supposedly created successfully. Let me go check my email. Oh, cool. This one's actually a Supabase confirmation link that then also forwards to localhost 3000. And I can't change the URL to one that they don't have coded in here, so I can't even forward the confirmation over to the app. Cool. It did work after, though. So after a lot of back and forth, Lovable is the first one I could actually sign into proper. Let's see if this works. Event's been created. It's not here, though. Do I have to refresh for it to appear? Does it not reload the content after you submit something? No, it just doesn't appear to work. Or did I lose my auth state entirely by doing that? Yeah, it just didn't create the event that I created. Event's been saved as a draft, where I go, and there is no draft. I give up. I tried. None of these tools fucking work for basic stuff. I'm annoyed. I don't know how everybody's talking about vibe coding for building whatever when none of them can even get sign-in working, much less data persistence. This is obnoxious. Oh, one more correction. I was so sure this was TLDraw's canvas, but I've now gotten enough corrections. I'm pretty confident this is Excalidraw. Oh yeah, Mermaid to Excalidraw. This is Excalidraw. Okay, interesting. So I know they have that partnership with TLDraw. They're using Excalidraw for this. Fascinating. Really cool. So much potential. There's a lot of good ideas in Firebase Studio. It needs a lot of work. I would not recommend this until you see videos from them demoing it, actually working and setting up full stack stuff, because that's the point. They are so well positioned. They built something that genuinely looks awesome, and it just doesn't work for shit. So hopefully that will change. I am actually hoping it will change because there is so much promise here, more than in almost any of the other tools. But as we have now seen in far too much detail, none of them work. Let me know what you think, and until next time, keep prompting.